Hello friends, this is Shifa and a huge welcome to all of you to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to talk on a novel called A House for Mr. Biswas, written by V.S. Naipaul in the year 1961. Now this date particularly is very important to understand the whole plot structure of the novel itself. 1960s were the era where the whole movement, the independence movement was being carried out against these British colonizers, the colonies which were colonized, which were captured. Okay, they were protesting against these British colonizers, and you can see the same struggle in the plot of the novel itself. In this plot of the novel itself. Okay, apart from it, if you look at the title of the novel, A House for Mr. Biswas. Mr. Biswas is the protagonist of this novel, and a house is itself an identity of that particular person. So the title is really important, and it is very much significant to the plot of the novel. Okay, now we are going to look at the history of what was happening, because the plot of the novel is in Trinidad. So we are going to look at the history of what was happening in the Trinidad. In the Trinidad, there was, again, like India, like countries which were captured by these British colonizers. They were colonizing different parts across the world. Trinidad was also one of them, and the people over there were colonized. They were forced to work. Again, in the year 1960, as other people were opposing these colonizers, Trinidad people also started opposing, and they started demanding their own rights, their human rights. They start saying that no, this is not going to happen, at least in our area, at least with us. Okay, so there was this whole protest going on, and because of which the laboring system, the laborer class collapsed, and many people from India was called out for serving the purpose of these British colonizers. Now, why did Indian people migrated? Because in India itself there was this huge poverty. There was this huge problem. People were already facing problems, like they were having no food at all and everything, etc. Apart from it, these British people, they were providing a kind of security. They were saying that if you are going to serve us for some years, you can have a piece of land in the Trinidad itself. So a huge number of population migrated to Trinidad. Okay, Indian people, of which mostly were Hindus. And the V.S. Naipaul, the author, the writer of the novel, have this kind of not directly connected history, but his father, V.S. Naipaul's father, have this kind of experience. Okay, so V.S. Naipaul has written this novel relating to his father's life. In fact, most of his work has been written in such a manner only, because he related these characters written in the novel with his real life characters. So this was pretty much kind of, you can say, history and all in all information about the novel. Now I am going to talk about some of the important things you can look at while reading the novel. As I have been stating about colonies, colonizers, uh, independence, asking for independence movement. So a huge part of colonial studies and post-colonial studies come into picture while reading this novel. You can say colonial because there is a struggle going on. Okay, you can see a lot of struggle people are facing. Not people, I can say protagonist is facing in this particular novel. What kind of struggle he is facing, and whether he is able to achieve that goal or not, we are going to have a look at it in the coming time. Okay, the second very important factor is of postmodernism, and the reason why I'm telling is because if you look at the plot, it is not in a sequence wise, it is arranged in a manner, in a shuffled manner. Okay, it's not A B C. Apart from it, if you look at the characterization in the plot, it is very complex characters. Okay, it has very complex characters. When we talk about protagonist itself, you can say you are going to see Mr. Biswas is itself very complex character. He's intelligent, he's curious, but at the same time he does things which can make him regret at some point in his life, and which does many things wrong. Okay, you cannot say totally wrong, but at some point he struggles also. So there is this kind of grayishness. He is not totally white or black. So the postmodernism characteristic also again come into picture likewise. Apart from it, the third and the very important characteristic of postmodernism is he is constantly in struggle of center. What he's searching for, he's searching for his own identity, he's searching for his own house. So that again becomes the search, or again becomes a part of a characteristic of postmodernism. Now I'm going to look at the plot, and I am going to simultaneously give you the characters, because then you will be able to understand it properly. The plot starts with Mr. Mohan Biswas. So his real name is Mr. Mohan, but we are going to call him Mr. Biswas or Biswas. He is, so the plot starts with his death. Also in the prologue, it is written that he is very much satisfied with his life because he is able to buy the house. In the very first prologue itself, it is written he has bought the house. So what actually we are looking at, we are not looking at whether he bought the house or not. Now we'll be looking at how he bought the house. So this becomes really important. The struggle part becomes really important then. Okay, Mr. Mohan Biswas is already dead, but he is satisfied with the fact that he is not leaving his family aisi raste pe, but he is having his own house where his family will live after him, after he's gone. Okay, now the story moves into the flashback where Mr. Mohan is actually born, or Mr. Biswas is actually born. He's a very unlucky child. When he was born, Panditji said that this child is born with 6 fingers, and because of which he is going to be very unlucky. In fact, he'll be a liar, etc., and he should be kept away from natural water resources. Now the family believes this superstition, and he is kept away from all the water resources till he gets into his teenage. During his teenage period, he takes cows, etc. for cattle grazing from his friend's house, and while he is doing this, he catches an eye where he sees a river. Okay, and he is very much surprised, he is very much curious about the fact, because he has never seen any natural resource, water resource especially. And he gets lost in that. Meanwhile, all the cows and everything, they run away. Now this Mr. Biswas is very much scared of the fact that he has done something which shouldn't be acceptable in his family, and this family is going to scold him, his father is going to scold him. Now comes the character of Mr. Biswas' father. Mr. Biswas' father, his name is Raghu. So we are going to have a look at him in a short period of time. What happens is, when he comes to realize that all the cows has been lost by him, and he's very scared of this fact, and because of which he decides to hide to avoid punishment. Now what happens, his father thinks that the Raghu, okay, his father thinks that maybe he has ran away somewhere, or maybe he is in the sea searching for that calf and everything, and because of which Raghu jumps into the river to search for his son, and he is drowned. Okay, he dies over there. And this superstitions actually come true, and now the whole family is scared, because now they firmly believe that there is something wrong with this Mr. Biswas. Now what happens is, Mr. Biswas has mother remaining and his sisters are there in the family to take a hold of this dispersing family, because now Mr. Biswas' father is dead. Tara has been called upon. Who is Tara? Tara is Mr. Biswas' mother, Bipti's sister. Okay, Tara and Ajoda. Now I'm going to repeat the characters, three new characters which has come into the picture. Bipti, which is Mr. Biswas' mother. Tara, which is Mr. Biswas' auntie and Bipti's sister. And Ajoda, which is Mr. Biswas' uncle. Okay, they take away the whole family with them, and over there Mr. Biswas, he starts going to school. He goes to school for 6 years, even though he's very intelligent, but he realizes that he's bored, and there he's not treated very, you can say, well, because of which, and at the same time, what happens is Tara, who is the auntie of Mr. Biswas, calls him for, for receiving the Pandit training, and because of which he is sent to the ashram to receive the Pandit training. But over there also he does something which angers Pandit, and because of which Pandit kicks him out from there as well. Now he returns to his auntie's house, where Ajoda, his uncle, decides to keep him in the rum shop, where he'll be working some like chota mota work. But there also Mr. Biswas feels like he has been treated really ill, just like the Pandit was treating him very ill-mannered. And at that period of time, he started thinking of having a desire for his of his own house. He started he started desiring the fact that I shouldn't be treated like this. I want a place of my own where I'll be having my own family who will treat me properly. And this is the time when you will see this, there is this internal resistance started in the mind of Mr. Biswas. Okay. At the same time, Ajoda, in the Ajoda's place also he does something, and Ajoda also kicks him out of that place. Now Mr. Biswas moved to Mrs. Tulsi's family for work again. Now here Mrs. Tulsi's family is very important for the plot of the novel. In that Tulsi family, Mr. Biswas catches an eye with a girl called Shama, who is a 16-year-old, and he started writing letters to her. But instead of her reading, Mrs. Tulsi read that letter itself. And because that Mr. Biswas is from Brahmin caste, she decides to marry her daughter to Mr. Biswas. Now here is very important critique on the caste itself, because if you see, this is a plot, this is an Indian story, right? So the caste, the problem of caste, I cannot say the problem of the caste, but the representation of the caste system in India has been reflected in the novel itself. You can actually see how the caste system still works, okay, in India, and how there is this four caste and the kind of ideologies divided amongst it. Also, you are going to see the hypocrisy of Mrs. Tulsi's family itself, because this Mr. Biswas is from Brahmin community. They doesn't even give a thought of, like while deciding to marry their daughter away to this Mr. Biswas. Later on, they are married off, Mr. Biswas and Shama, and Mr. Biswas comes to realize the fact that this Mrs. Tulsi's family is very huge. They have in fact 16 daughters in their house, and each daughter is having her husband along. So Mr. Biswas also lives over there along with other son-in-laws, and Mr. Biswas realized that what huge mistake he has done, because he was not at all that serious to marry Shama. He was just like writing letters and everything, and then it got really serious. Okay. The thing is, Mr. Biswas started when he started living in Mrs. Tulsi's family. He gets into conflict with Ovad, who is the younger son of Mrs. Tulsi, and because of which Ovad kicks him out of his house, and they go and shift to Fort of Spain, where Shama also comes along with Mr. Biswas. Now the thing is, Shama is really unhappy about the fact that this person, Mr. Biswas, keeps on challenging people, and she is like, why do you have to, argue with my brother and everything? Why can't you just go with the flow and keep quiet? So she is really unhappy, and this taints their marriage life. But at the same time, Shama also gets pregnant with their first daughter, Savi, and after some time, they also get another child, which is Anand. Okay. At the same time, what happens is there is this one thug called Mangru who cased a file against Mr. Biswas, and because of which whole family along with Savi and Anand has to move back to Hanuman house. And what Mr. Biswas does, he moves to Green Valley. Now in Green Valley, he is also struggling. He is again working under some shop and everything, and he is calling Savi, his daughter, because he wants to see her, but the daughter doesn't come, and he falls into depression, and for which Anand comes and take care of his father. Okay. Now what happens is, this house in which they were living in the Green Valley, Anand and Mr. Biswas again get destroyed because of some calamity, and because of which they again get homeless, and Mr. Biswas now has to return with Anand to Hanuman house back. Now what happens is, again two daughters are born. Okay, they are blessed with two daughters more, but now Mr. Biswas is really frustrated. He's saying that we don't have anything, like how are we going to manage our expenses and everything. So he moves out to his sister's house to look some for some employment purpose. So after getting admitted to a news agency, Sentinel, he started earning well, and he calls back his family, and Mrs. Tulsi's family is also happy to hear that Mr. Biswas is doing something to earn and everything, and they decide to help him as well. So they give them a small house over there where he's like living right now. Whole family returns back to Mr. Biswas, but at the same time, eventually, first, like initially it was very like good, everything was earning well, but eventually it started getting collapsed. Why? Because this newspaper editor wanted everyday breaking news, and mostly related to cricket and everything. So this kind of their idea or the plan of Mr. Biswas started getting collapsed, and because of which they started facing money issues. Okay. And then what happens is, again because of this situation, this whole Biswas family is again kicked out, and they again move back to Hanuman house. Okay, but there also this time Mr. Biswas has been charged for robbery, and they have to move out. So when he move out, he learns that the place they already left, where when he was doing all this newspaper thing, that home is again open, because it was provided by Mrs. Tulsi only. So that home was again open, so they again shifted to that house. Okay, at the same time, this Mr. Biswas realized that, and he comes to know that Seth and Mrs. Tulsi, who were brothers and sisters, they were having clashes, and Seth has already moved out of Mrs. Tulsi's house. And now Mrs. Tulsi doesn't have that hierarchical power which she used to have in back days. Okay, so you can see the collapse of the power eventually over there as well in the Mrs. Tulsi's house, or you can say Hanuman house. Meanwhile here, the place, Mr. Biswas' house, there was this one clerk who was selling one house, small house, and he asked Mr. Biswas like whether you would like to take this house or not. At that time period, what he did was, Mr. Biswas bought some money from his sister's husband and he bought the house. After some days, he got a decent job. Meanwhile, their children, Savi and Anand, they also were studying abroad, and Savi also started earning. Okay. But unfortunately, during the eventual period, or you can say this is just the end of the plot. What happened is Mr. Biswas faced two major heart attacks, and eventually he died at the year of 46. Okay. So even though Mr. Biswas faced a lot of struggle for buying this house, but he bought the house, and this is the kind of struggle he faced throughout his whole life. But he was satisfied and happy with the fact that he is not leaving his family on the road, but in fact they are now earning, they are now stable, and they are in their own house. This whole plot is corresponding to the real life character, which is the father of V.S. Naipaul, and that's why this whole plot and this whole book becomes very important, not for the V.S. Naipaul also, but for us to understand the kind of struggles which we go through, especially the colonized people were going through during that period to create their own identity. So decolonization, the process of decolonization comes into picture. Okay, so this was whole plot. Okay, and you can see a lot of other factors as well: poverty coming into picture, then helplessness coming into picture, the house, which is the greatest symbol of and the creation of the whole plot of this novel. So these are the other you can say themes of the novel, which you can count for your notes. Okay, so this was it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, like my channel, subscribe to my channel. Till then, take care.